What's up guys, welcome back to Whiteberg City Builds. So today I have my long awaited 400 subscriber Q&A special. At the time of recording this, I'm actually 50 subscribers too late for my 400 subscriber special, so I'm sorry about that, but it's just taken me a little bit of time to sit down and be able to actually record this. So I have quite a few questions to get through today, and they're really interesting ones, so stick around and see whether your question gets answered. I had a poll and some stuff up on Twitter about it a few weeks ago, trying to get a few questions in. So the footage you're seeing in the background is me upgrading the railway bridge and building some roads and that around what will later become the docks. So enjoy that little bit of footage as well while I go through the questions. Before I begin with actually answering the questions, I just want to say this week I discovered that someone had submitted, or I was scouted out by the actual Minecraft community website, the official one, and they posted one of my videos, my massive Mayor's Massive Townhouse, as a featured video on there. So just a big thank you to whoever actually found that and told me about it as well, because I had no idea, and it shocked me that, you know, the actual creators of this game and the people who are officially working for that have actually discovered that I'm building stuff and they liked it. So that's amazing. It's probably the best thing I've ever had out of all of this. So yeah, right, now let's get into the questions. Right, okay, so question number one has been asked in part by two people really. So we have Craft Inc. and Decker. They're both asking a question about how and when did I discover the Georgian style, and why do I like it so much, and why does it inspire me? So my answer to that is my upbringing and where I live is a very big influence on the building styles I like. So I live near a town called Lymington, which is, I've mentioned it many a time in my videos previously. It's a Georgian market town. Well, it's a medieval market town, but the Georgian part of it, the high street and the main buildings, have all been built up during the time when they were rich in trading salt. They were one of the largest salt producers in the country. I think it's between like 1700 and 1800, and that brought a lot of wealth, and all the buildings along the high street are either Victorian or Georgian, and I recommend even just having a little Google Street Image view of the high street itself, and you'll go, wow, these are really big, grand buildings. And going there on a weekly basis and looking at them and just being inspired by them, I've always gone, I think Minecraft does lend itself very well to having elegant buildings built in it with plain walls and just small little details added to it, which can make it look as good as a building that has been detailed entirely. And that's my main sort of thing. I love to bring this Georgian style to you guys to have a go at yourself, because not many people know about it. It's definitely a British style that was done during the reigns of the Georges, so 1700 to the middle of the 19th century, and people confuse it with the Victorian style because yes, they are very similar, but Georgian itself is this mainly plain walls, small little details and that sort of thing. So yeah, that was a great question because a lot of people do ask me that anyway, and I just want to say yeah, I love the Georgian style. So moving on to our second question, we have two questions from the same person here. So this is Rick over on Twitter. He's asked me, how did your first video get out there and having an attention, and why did you choose to become a YouTuber? So I'm going to answer that second question first. So why did I choose to become a YouTuber? So I used to have a channel long before this one called Sassy Treacle, and I did a similar sort of thing on there while I was building, again, Whiteberg City, which is this overarching thing. It's where the name Whiteberg City Builds comes from. And I tried it, and I was, fairly, it was good, I enjoyed it. But I ran out of time, and I was at university at the time, and it was difficult to keep going with it. So I stopped. And ever since I stopped, I've always been dreaming of coming back to it, because it's a passion of mine I love making videos, I love editing videos, and I love showing people what I have been building. Because a building it's beautiful to the person that's built it, hopefully. But it's also, other people may also be interested in seeing, one, how I built it, and two, why did I build it like that? So that's mainly why I became a YouTuber, just to inform and influence and inspire people to love the same styles of buildings as I do. Also, it's just a fun thing to do, and it's a nice little hobby to have. So he asked a question here about when and how did my first videos get out there and having attention. I don't know. I don't know how my first videos did very well at all, because they are just silent 2-hour-long live streams, and it was just like, these are nothing, but they were like getting between 30 and 100 views, and it gave me the little boost to start with. So I only started this channel in August this year, 2nd of August, and the first couple of weeks I was just posting silent videos. Then I started putting music in them, and I went from like 0 subscribers to 30 by the end of August. Then in September I started doing time-lapse videos, and also I started doing my narrations over the videos, and I went up by 150 subscribers in that month. So it just sort of matters. I do a lot of social media plugging for my stuff, and I'm quite active on Twitter and Reddit and that, and I believe that really does help about getting attention. YouTube's very hard to get a video looked at. You have to sort of move yourself onto another platform in order to get people to be able to see your stuff. So the mountain craft, he asks me probably the difficult question, well, the most difficult question I could actually possibly answer in this thing today. So I think it deserves a video by itself, but he asks me, what is the lore of the city of Whiteburg? So eventually I am going to come round to be doing a history of Whiteburg series, but for now, Whiteburg City is the capital of a country called Whiteburg. Whiteburg is very much based on the Old English kingdom of Wessex, and that's kind of as far as I can go with it for now. There will be a video on it one day when I get round to that. Okay, Minecrafter of Dreams asks me, what is in your opinion? What is your opinion, on the America's take on the Victorian architecture? So American Victorian architecture is interesting because it still has the notes and the styles of the 19th century British stuff and European builds, but it definitely has this grandeur that America buildings do have, especially at the turn of the 20th century, when you start getting these huge brick skyscrapers in New York and on the East Coast. I like it. I used to build in it quite a bit on my old Whiteburg City server. It was one of my preferred choices of architecture. Eventually we may start doing it again. I have been enjoying Red Dead Redemption 2 over the last year, and the towns of Saint Denis and the sort of associated towns of that all have lovely Victorian American buildings in them, so definitely going to have a go at that one day. So, George Kelly asks, how's your voice so sexy, G? Well, all I can say to that is I don't know. Today it's sounding quite hoarse because I had been out on my own 12 pubs of Christmas pub crawl the night before recording this, so I'm a little bit worse for wear, but usually I don't do anything to make it sound good. It's just how it is, unfortunately. Unfortunately or fortunately for you, I don't know. So 3 people have asked me a very similar question, and it's all to do with, do you plan on making a survival series or any other type of videos? So I'm going to answer that with, I reckon I will make a survival series one day, and I tell you why, because I would like the challenge of being able to build my styles in a survival situation. So I use a lot of brick. Now that's going to be hard to gather brick, especially clay and that, so I need to rethink a lot of things and how I can do it, and it will give you all as an audience a better understanding of how these styles can work in survival. Another sort of part of that, asked by Laurie there, is how long have you been playing Minecraft for? So I got Minecraft for my 15th birthday in 2011, and I have just sort of played it ever since then. I still have one of my first saves as well, which would be an interesting video for me to do one day, where I transform my original... I haven't been very inventive with names. It is actually also called Whiteburg City then. I know, I'm terrible at this. Anyway, let's move on to our next question, which is from Captain Bunny. Is there anywhere in the world you would like to travel/live? You haven't yet done so. I don't really know, to be honest. I do enjoy living in England. I think England has some of the best architectural designs and styles around. I reckon somewhere in Europe I would like to live, or even America. I reckon the West Coast of America, East Coast of America, New York, New Hampshire sort of bit, maybe. But that's a good question. I don't really put much thought into that. So the dad plays Minecraft. I think he's changed his name on Twitter currently. I can't remember what to, I'm sorry. But he asks, what are some of the styles you would like to attempt to build in? So I don't really do medieval styles, and I think that would be something I would like to try, and maybe even modern one day. Oh, I know, it's a bit scary for me, but those are definitely open to having a try. So the Realm of Lotharidan asks, when will Wolverhampton be complete? So, I have no idea. Wolverhampton is just a ever-growing town. I reckon I'm going to spend a couple more months on it making Let's Build videos, and then I'm going to move on to another town. So the Sweeney Dunstan asks, how long do you spend per week on Minecraft? It varies on how busy I am at work, but it's usually between 2 and 3 hours a night, and then on the weekends it can be upwards of 8 hours a day. So, you know, it's a good 20 hours a week. It's obviously like a part-time job, just playing Minecraft itself. And coming on to sort of our final question here, Edman C4 asks, what's the derpiest thing to happen to you in Minecraft? So I've been racking my brains to try and remember anything really derpy that's happened to me, and it would just obviously be walking around a corner in a cave and just coming up face to face with a creeper and going, oh no, I've lost all my diamonds. And yeah, I know it's not that amazingly derpy, but that's just sort of the things that's happened to me. So guys, thank you for sitting through this Q&A video. I hope you've enjoyed listening to my answers to this. Thank you for asking me questions as well, because it was really nice. I was a bit worried I wasn't going to get any response, but the response was quite substantial. So yes, my next subscriber goal is 500, which we are quite fastly approaching. Now for 500 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a monument build on an island that sits in the canal near the docks in Wolverhampton. So I still haven't decided exactly what monument I'm going to do yet, but I need to hurry up because it's coming around quick. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I'm glad you made it to the end of the video. Please, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.